I can't wait to just sit down and do a little bit of. All right, that, course, of course. So, you're probably wondering what all this junk is doing here, and I don't mean the stuff on this shelf, which is mostly for display. There are a few things I stuffed up here, though, that are not meant to be there. Or this nightstand, where everything is definitely meant to be a display, part of the set value equals. The reason my studio right here is looking such a mess right now, and perhaps moving the chair a bit will give you a better view, a more accurately representative experience. Something that was truly not meant for mortal eyes, or even the purpose of sitting in front of a computer indoors in front of a filter fan with a headset that has a really good omnidirectional microphone. That all came out of this thing. The sound quality of this is, of course, garbage, but this is a spoken word programme. That means it's good for this, it's good for gaming, and it's really good at blocking out the wind noise from that. Scary good. And this, you were flat before. I know you were flat before. This is why. I'll get into that in a moment, but yeah, I got a complete mess around me, and you're not going to appreciate this until you can see the whole thing in the set, in the shot. I know you have a trick to fold. Stop being a little wimp and acting like it. Oh, okay, I think might have seen a bit of the problem here. Oh, that is the manual. Ah, yes. I think I've figured out. That I need to read the manual here. But even this is kind of redundant. There is a tag on the bottom that just shows you the direction. So, push upward to lock. Outward to put it where it needs to go, but inward is the question. So maybe that wasn't a thing to do that was smart. You do it from there. You do it from the inside section. And once you master that and have the reflexes, that'll just make getting more space in here a lot easier. But yeah, I have this giant recycle bin specifically labeled paper and metal recycling. I'm in Minnesota. I know that most of this is going to be recycled, especially with the Minnesota work ethic at recycling plants. And when I get home, as soon as I come in the door and see this, at this point, all the junk is in the shot. It's in by the door. Like, as soon as I walk in to this studio, I get this bin, which is normally further out and over there by the second monitor. But if it's like right up here, and like if it was so close that the door would just be tapping on it like this, but the other way, like this, but the other way, it'd be like the first thing I would think, like reflexively, is like, oh, I might as well just do a bit of the cleaning here. Do a bit of the cleaning. Why not? And then move this back closer to its original spot. Oh, look at this. I can throw this in a garbage bag here in the kitchen. I know how to cook, ladies. Calm down. I'm also willing to experiment from time to time with the food, with the cuisine. So if you want that kind of boyfriend, just know that I am pansexual. But yeah, throw all that stuff in a garbage bag. Everything that was in here. And I just put this back and closer to its original spot. And there is more here, more work to do still, but it is all by the door, and that is by design. Yes, Mom, this will give you a heart attack if you were to just open the door and look at this, but there is very much a point. Da-da-dee, da-da-do. I am brute force testing the range of this microphone as I head down the stairs of this peculiar street level town room. And in so doing, with my riz played way up ease for the dramatic effects, I cast the recycling of metal and paper into the lake. Of Allied Waste Services. I am literally outside right now, and if the bridge is that good, this is still working. I'm gonna work with that, but it looks like my office chair that I had before, but kept leaning to one side, is gonna have to go. To another castle. It can be sold by Goodwill as a part. It's compatible with a lot of chairs. That's not the part that permanently tilted to one side. Mammy, oh mammy! And that's going to be very fun to edit. And I am going to leave all of that in, whether you like it or not. There's a seek bar. Surely someone in the comments will be generous to tell you the timestamp past the silence if there is any. Okay, and this is the pair of headphones that I take when I want stereo sound and I'm going away. Or I'm lying in bed. You know what? I'm going to toss this and the mount for that where I sleep in my home office. This thing was designed to get people's attention, and at some point, rewards for their kindliness and my awesomeness in the form of being paid a fair wage by the taxpayer. Door hooks. These are door hooks. These white ones are meant to go this way. Just like that. They're stickies if you want to make them permanent, but I don't. Because I am just way too cool. Just noticing that right there, right as I walk in the door just now. And I have a name for this technique. It's kinda a response to how China does it. And I don't want any more adversary against the China. I think we need to calm down and cool it. And when cooler heads go into the room, cooler heads will prevail, which is why I am voting for Harris as president and Governor Timothy James Walz for vice president and de facto ambassador to China. I'm not going to say the full name of the country because it's going to make a lot of people angry, and I don't want to do that. I have this letter. I'm a candidate. See, I gotta go to the local news station, which only Comcast can get live for some reason. But they have a YouTube channel, so if you want to see me make my introductory statement on YouTube on an official channel of Maple Grove or the Northwest Metro, there it is. And I am still cleaning, as I am saying, all of this very important stuff into the microphone. I really hope you're not just staring and that you're paying attention to all of these words. They will, in fact, be on the test. I'm keeping that manual, by the way, from the chair from earlier. Will be on the test. Oh, yeah, that feels so good. You're part of the set now. You have earned your spot in the spotlight. You are worthy as much as the jasmine rice. I know where the remote is now. It was right on the floor as I was entering the bedroom. Now it is in its proper spot. And from doing all this, from moving the stuff to where I can't possibly ignore it, it's in my way. It's causing disruption. And because of that, this is not feng shui. Oh no, Hong Kong would not be happy with this technique because it is not their technique. It is not feng shui. They would say, I'm doing this all wrong over and over and over again. This isn't feng shui. This is my cleaning technique. Something that borrows a little from it and improves it and makes it scientifical. Sort of like how the Peking man in, you know what, I'm not going to say the real name of the capital of China. That will anger a lot of people. And I don't want to do that. I want to win your support and your vote for Maple Grove City Council and know that I am very serious to the point, Jordan Peterson, that I am cleaning my bedroom in front of your face right now. And you have to give me credit for that. You can't retroactively change your past opinion. I am now a certified, qualified philosopher. I can do it now because at the end of this recording, my bedroom will be clean. And it will all be clean because I moved all the clutter well within the shot where I don't want you to see it after I post this video. I don't want you to see this stuff in future videos. There's no point. This is a USB-C to micro USB cable. And it's broken. Of course. I'm going to put that next to my car keys because I'm going to recycle that. This is a C to C TB4 cable. And this is the cable that replaced this one. So this is going to go over here. Why? Wait, I'm moving around right now. So I might as well just install the cable, put it into the thing so it can finally work and it's not just receiving power in little tiny pulses. This is not a telephone. This is an air quality monitor. This needs a constant stream of power to charge its battery, though. If they're lithium, it's fine. I really hope they're lithium-based and not nickel-based. But at least they're not nickel-back. So I can put this chair back where it belongs. Right here in front of the machine with overkill specs for being over here. This oversized director's chair that can hold 120 kilograms of person. Yes, I do prefer the metric system. I know it says 350 pounds. I weigh less than that, more than 100 pounds less than that, and I want that number to go down. Actually, I'm almost done here. The DVD plus R's that I moved here, I put it back in their box. I do plan to use the box it came with as a secondary holding area once I figure all of that out. In fact, I should probably move the DVD plus R's next to the box. I am learning as I go. That's how I roll. That's how I do things the best. The Soda Stream, or Pop Stream, or the only reason I would support the existence of Israel after the year 2024. Literally just this, a very, very selfish reason. And even then, I can't promise that you'll keep your government. You're going to have to dissolve that, man. I have more than two empty ones in there. I'm going to send those back and get a Target gift card. I need to install this, so I'm going to put it next. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna outright change it. I am going to test the range of this microphone. Give it a brute force that I needed to be out here anyway because I needed to change the liner, the bag of the garbage in this kitchen. The bag. Yeah, just do it all at once. Do the berserker cleaning. I do this at furry conventions, and I'm doing it at home. And Jordan Peterson, my bedroom is clean enough. To your liking. There's a lot of clutter still, but once this is all done, this is intentionally part of the set. All this whimsical stuff, not any worse than you would find on the Matt Wolf Show. Which is not for children. Okay, that's not for children. Go watch drag queen stuff. That is safer for your sanity, your mind, and everything. And I'm just gonna put the new CO2 canister into the pop stream right here. In the back, you can't see it right now, but I'm sure some of the noises are making it through and into the noise canceling microphone. And if not, so be it. I miss Sobe, by the way. That drink needs to make a comeback. Have some healthy teas, some sugar-free stuff that isn't just the diet. The diet of Pepsi. Speaking of, I did have like a holdover for. This is Tuesday. This is when I'm supposed to be doing this type of stuff. Or until this day happened, and it is in the form of cans, pop cans of Diet Pepsi. No, I know you put the Europe label on the American cans, but I am never calling this Pepsi Diet. It is Diet Pepsi because I am an American. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, showing everyone how to clean, even if you have ADHD. As you can see, I should. I'm going to leave that part out. It says I don't have to return that part, and I'm going to take their word for it. But 2 empty cans into the box. That's 120 liters of pop per canister, which is 60 2-liter bottles that you're preventing from going out. And I'm being generous for how good for the planet this is. I would argue it is good enough to defend the continuation of the existence of Israel, even though we're going to have to dissolve its government after all the naughty stuff it is. So for there, I know you're out there. If you're Israeli and you're looking to America and Harris and Walls to change your policy for the better, your government for the better, to rewrite your constitution in favor of everyone who lives there, hang in there, help us on the way. Just give us some patience and denounce Netanyahu harder and understand where our anger is coming from. I mean no harm to left progressive Israelis. And I do believe I have to flip the return label. This is going back in the kitchen for now. This is berserker cleaning. I do this at hotel rooms when I absolutely have to, when I have a bunch of different roommates. So if you're rooming with me at a furry convention, that alone is enough for a good deal. But I will keep the price of the room as fair as possible. And you can hold me accountable for that, okay? And you can throw, you can tell the internet if I am ever not fair about the pricing of the room. I trust you to hold me accountable for my judgment, even if I can't do it myself. And that is the kind of integrity I want to see out of every politician. And I just gotta wing it. I gotta show by example that I am capable of leading. And that is why I am running for Maple Grove City Council, among other issues, which is why I have this channel, which is why you don't see my name on yard signs. Just Samba Fall. Forgive me if that pronunciation seemed a bit inappropriate, but I'm not you, Samba. I'm just trying to pronounce it the way I think It is in your accent, but I don't know. I've not heard your voice yet. So I might have done something bad there. And if I did, I'm sorry. But Samba, I want to be your partner. I want to be your co-pilot. Apparently, Christy Barnett is not running. I kept checking the registration. The deadline has passed, and if she did it at the last second, I can't really respect you anymore. So I want to be Samba Fall's co-pilot. Vote for Clarke Macbeth. Vote for Samba Fall. And if that is the top 2 vote getters in Maple Grove, that means we get to go in a brand new direction. One that everyone will find impressive, both in and out of Maple Grove. And now I have to confront the hardest part of all, which is going to be getting these hexagonal things where they belong. I can kind of move these a little when the door is shut, though it's certainly not recommended that you do that. I'm sorry, that's just the physicals there. But I am going to finish the set in the video. You don't need a before and after shot. You got the seek bar beneath and the end of the video. You can play around with it. But yeah, I'm going to finish what I started, because that's really important to me. No matter what I'm doing, no matter what kind of job I'm working, it all matters. It all makes sense. It's all meant to be. Each and every one of these I'm going to set up, and once these are where they need to be, and I do believe I'm going to leave behind the few spares, the set will be complete, the sound will be isolated, and the content will be awesome. You will finally get what you deserve. Alright. It's sort of like sewing the wall, in a sense. Knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. But it's side 1, side 2, side A, side B. You know. Fiddle dee dee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Speed cut. Editing note, don't forget the, happy hee hee yay yay Barney type kitty music, alright? Alright. honestly, I believe mantras are pseudoscience, but maybe they're not. Maybe there is a bit of a mental health truth to that. So I will get this video uploaded today. I will get this video uploaded the day I record it. I will upload this video today, and in an attempt to hold myself accountable, that day is going to be August 20th, 2024, as I do some work on my bedroom, make some very significant improvements. I just realized these aren't just for isolating sound. Um, I'll elaborate on that in a bit. Stretch those heel muscles behind me, even if it is just to keep my face in the shot. An entirely selfish reason. I just gotta put a few more of these sound isolating hexagons up. And, since I gave you such wonderful, relaxing, and whimsical, hard to find a musical category that is all three there, I'm gonna listen to mine through these headphones while you get stuck with the no copyright stuff. Sorry, it's just business. I'm not going to have monetization on until November, but after that, I want to make it an easy process. This is a campaign, so I don't really want to use other people's music without their permission. Unless it's Rage Against the Machine, that's kind of within their ideology. That's a bit consistent. Actually, now that I think about it, not really. They believe artists should get credit for their work, favor for their work. They believe that workers should own the means of production, and they do mean workers, like not nepo babies, people who have worked. So technically, you could call Walmart communism because Doug McMillon started from the bottom as a cashier, but that is a huge stretch. And he doesn't own Walmart. Shareholders do. That's the problem with our economy. So they believe that workers should own the means of production, which means as workers, they would have a say in the copyright of their music. So yeah, you're getting generic slop, and I'm getting motivational material that you cannot listen to. And if I remember, I'll leave it in the description. If I don't, too bad. Sorry, on my second monitor, I gotta change the output to my headphones. There we go. We got some tunes. Well, I am cleaning my room, Mom. I'm looking forward to that forward phrase again. I don't hear that enough. And yeah, it is kind of my fault. And in an attempt to hold myself accountable, that day is going to be August 20th, 2024, as I do some work on my bedroom, make some very significant improvements. I just realized these aren't just for isolating sound. I'll elaborate on that in a bit. Stretch those heel muscles behind me, even if it is just to keep my face in the shot. An entirely selfish reason. I just gotta put a few more of these sound isolating hexagons up. And, since I gave you such wonderful, relaxing, and whimsical, hard to find a musical category that is all three there, I'm gonna listen to mine through these headphones while you get stuck with the no copyright stuff. Sorry, it's just business. I'm not going to have monetization on until November, but after that, I want to make it an easy process. This is a campaign, so I don't really want to use other people's music without their permission. Unless it's Rage Against the Machine, that's kind of within their ideology. That's a bit consistent. Actually, now that I think about it, not really. They believe artists should get credit for their work, favor for their work. They believe that workers should own the means of production, and they do mean workers, like not nepo babies, people who have worked. So technically you could call Walmart communism because Doug McMillon started from the bottom as a cashier, but that is a huge stretch. And he doesn't own Walmart. Shareholders do. That's the problem with our economy. So they believe that workers should own the means of production, which means as workers they would have a say in the copyright of their music. So yeah, you're getting generic slop, and I'm getting motivational material that you cannot listen to. And if I remember, I'll leave it in the description. If I don't, too bad. Sorry, on my second monitor, I gotta change the output to my headphones. There we go. We got some tunes. Well, I am cleaning my room, Mom. I'm looking forward to that forward phrase again. I don't hear that enough. And yeah, it is kind of my fault. It's important not to forget that politicians are humans that make mistakes in their lives. And those mistakes may very well have nothing to do with yours and are not worth judging. This is, of course, on a case-by-case basis, and it is up for we, the people, to decide where exactly that bar is going to be. In some ways, I think it is way too high, and in a lot more others, I believe it is not high enough. If you get my feel, if you catch my drift, if you don't, you know what I mean. I don't think there's anything infringing about naming the song. It's the song I am listening to right now that you can't, but you can search and support the artist, is Hurt People by Griffin and Aloe Black. I love both of those people. It's really nice that they did a collaboration. Thankfully, this is being put up with 3M strips. I can change that later. It's modular. Just like the very laptop I'm recording this on. I'm really excited for my very next video, which is exactly about technology and what I believe is its proper place in American, Minnesotan, and Maple Grove society. I moved to Minnesota because Valley Girl wasn't my type. Just so you know. Bag. After You by Griffin is what I'm listening to now. You're getting something else, but you can look up what I said. You can turn on the captions. You can seek back a little. Come on. If you're that interested, you'd push a button to check. Well, this is fun to do the music, though, even if you can't hear the music I'm listening to. The more you do stuff like this, the more it just becomes second nature, like the back of your hand. You're not even consciously doing it anymore. That's the best way to learn how to clean, to assemble, to tinker, to put stuff together, to build, to make, to upgrade, to improve. to optimize, as all Americans should. If any of this is giving off factory worker vibes, you're not wrong. I do work for a living. I have a job. My neighbors know that I get up really early, start the scooter, and go to work most days of the year. Yes, even in Minnesota. So stop with the excuses. I'm just tired of excuses. I'm tired of the cry baby-ism that is MAGA. It's time to stop and do anything else. This is more fulfilling than defending a wannabe dictator. This is more productive. This is more useful to Western civilization, to society. Oh, speaking of, the term I have for this method of cleaning, of putting stuff together, of becoming Jordan Peterson compliant, even though all of you did not ask for his approval, nor do you care. It's fun to be a little troll about that, though, isn't it? To be a little passive-aggressive, sarcastic. Not too chaotic. I'm done with the chaotic trolling. Just sending a message in a way that is hopefully just mildly annoying to you. Just getting that into your skull. And only if you deserve that much hostility will I ever resort to that. Also, there's a debate coming up. CCX is doing a community forum on October 8th, is what it said in my packet. If it's not that date and it is closer to when early voting starts, or even before, I will update you on that. But yeah, October 8th. It's going to be a fun day, and I look forward to sharing the highlights with you. And if I want to replace these, I mean, just grab it by the handle, rip it. You know, in a video or two, those two hexagons are going to be gone. I'm not one to like to make promises, but you can hold me accountable for that if I take more than 3 videos to change those two noise isolating hexagons. I didn't want to spend more money on acoustic caulk, so I'm using what I already have. I'm doing it this way. I'm putting the acoustic dampening stuff up my way. Even though it's not perfect, I'll settle for it for now. Always room to improve, to make better, and that, in my opinion, is like the true meaning of life. It's about improving, growing, making stuff better, rebuilding. Not being perfect, but becoming better is why we live. If we were already perfect, what's the point? But in getting closer to that, that's what makes us happy. That's what makes me happy, anyway. And I'm sure tonight, some of these might just fall down. But you know what? I'll learn from my mistakes. and try again. I already know a revision's going to have to be made, but I'm doing this in a way where I can easily change it. It's modular. Keep that word in your heads. It will be on the test, or at the very least in the next video. Context matters. Context helps. I really wish more teachers would avoid. I really wish more teachers would, excuse me. I really wish teachers would be more willing to give out bonus points for going above and beyond the material you've already learned. If we paid teachers more, I know that's what would happen. And learning would be more fun than the way I did it at school. Most of which I still have banging around in the almost 32-year-old noggin. With this very hexagon, I'm done for now. I covered off the worst blemishes, but these two, self-evident, I'm going to have to change within the next two videos. But until then, as a little reminder, I'm going to put this white one next to the blue ones, which will also be used for a different purpose, different but similar but off screen. And I'm going to put the Diet Pepsi like that, so that it's a part of the set, and the sparkling water too. And you know what the best part of this director's chair is? There's a little cooler on the side. There's some Diet Pepsi in here. This feels well earned. Almost. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But I'm almost done. My room is almost there. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I feel the light at the end of the tunnel. And I would have not done this much, or taken it this far, if I had moved a bunch of this stuff by the door to begin with, where it is impossible to ignore, where naturally you're going to want to not have a trip zone there. So it sounds a little counterintuitive, but by creating a trip hazard in my own space, and I will judge the hell out of other people for doing it, and I was very vigilant at work at doing whatever I can to avoid those, which is part of the reason my back really hurts. Really hurts like a decade later, doing nearly a decade of that retail stuff. I'm sorry, I got burnt out. I'm not saying I won't ever go back, but not right now. I'll deal with my factory job. I might never have to deal with retail again. Who knows? Nothing is for certain. Anyone that tries to convince you that any kind of future is certain, a given, is lying to you. That's the fastest way I will know that you are lying. By promising certainty. No, Donald Trump, you're not my mother. You can't promise election results in advance. Or what to do if they don't work in our favor. You're not my mother. You're a loser, Trump. Your evidence for being a loser were the election results of 2020. Nothing tested, nothing believed, as I like to say. And given all the other evidence around me and the chaos that was 2020, I believe the test. You lost, sir. The Capitol riot was not justified, it was not called for, and it was treason on January 6th, 2021. So with all that out of the way and cleaned up and improved a bit, except for those two glaring spots, those two glaring hexagons that I will have to replace and can be easily replaced with the magic of 3M command strips. Hard to think with the music, that's better. Oh, it feels good to get all of that done on what is normally just a Tuesday for getting the trash out. I did even more cleaning than that, and again, that's because I moved it all by the door, and the name for this cleaning method, I call it Endmergei. Endmergei. It is my personal technique, and if you want to take it that far, you can consider it a Western response to Eastern feng shui. It's similar to feng shui. With feng shui, you clear clutter to create flow. And you create flow by clearing the clutter. It goes back and forth and is a constant. But my way, it might be more appropriate for Americans than people in Hong Kong and Tibet and also the rest of China. I would also consider accustomed to feng shui more than Endmergei. Endmergei is like a compound portmanteau of end, merge, and energy with a little spice at the end for the sake of memory. EI instead of IE. Or Y. That's how I prefer to spell Endmergei. Endmergei is when you have a mess, you have something to do, and you make an even bigger one, and you put it in one point which I call a stack. And in this stack, you have all the stuff that you were planning on doing, but it's all compressed into one spot. And once it is impossible to avoid, once it is in your way, once it is a trip hazard in your own home, then your natural instincts, they are gonna kick in, and you're going to start cleaning so you can just clear a path into your bedroom. And once you are all done, and it's good enough for, at the very least, having a set to film YouTube videos with this whimsical looking set that I wouldn't fault anyone for having. Because this is like my life. It's all related. It's all connected. Heart to heart, I'm being serious. That background is the kind you would see in the Friends show. It needs to make a comeback. This creativized chaos. Or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't consider it a mess. Everything is in the spot where I expect it to be. If I keep it like that, nothing is going to get lost. But by pushing everything I need to do very close to the studio, bedroom, home office door, I made a lot more progress in about an hour than I would have in weeks. And it was all just put into a stack. So, to anyone who has children who are not neurotypical, that they have symptoms of ADHD or autism or something like that, and they're struggling to keep things clean, Enderg may be the very method that they can work with the best. But don't be a prick about it. Parents, if you're listening, I would tell your children in advance that you are going to resort to this, that you're going to put stacks through them. You're going to tell them what a stack is. You're going to teach them rather than being a judgmental boomer shithead. And you're going to say, once you put this all together, it can all be done. Once you put this all together, it can all be done. Once you put the mess together, you can clean it all at once. Try and lead as much of that message as you can. I really appreciate everyone who watched this video all the way to the end, who stuck it out while I was cleaning my room. And now, just like you have evidence on this channel of me reading the United States Constitution, you also have evidence of me cleaning my bedroom. I am now a Jordan Peterson approved philosopher by his very standards and by the very definition of philosophy. But more importantly, I want to do practical stuff for myself and others to make Maple Grove a community that everyone can live and thrive in. And as always, subscribe if you like, and share if you care.